And we are now joined by the driver of the number 5 Hendrick Cars Chevrolet, Kyle Larson. How's it going this morning, Kyle?
It's going good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Let's get into it here since I've only got 15 minutes with you. Anyway, you're racing today before you even come out to Sonoma. You're racing today in Eagle, Nebraska. Talk to me a little about that high limit race that's going on later today.
Yeah, it's I'll be racing a sprint car in Eagle, Nebraska. Really excited about it. Sprint cars, well, 410 wing sprint cars haven't been able to race there since 2017. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of cars, a fantastic crowd, I'm sure. So, excited about that. And we've been running really strong in the sprint car this year so far. I think we've got 3 wins and 7 starts and top five in basically all of them. So, yeah, look forward to it. Should be good. And then head home tomorrow morning and go enjoy Northern California.
Speaking of heading home, and what are your plans when you get out here? I know you're from Elk Grove. I know you got friends in the area like Guy Fieri and all that from 2020. Are you going to come out and see any of them?
Yeah, we're gonna go spend the week in Napa with some friends. So yeah, I look forward to that. We kind of do that every year. A lot of the drivers really spend Sonoma weekend is a little bit of a vacation. So just such a beautiful area, lots of things to do, great food to eat, great wine to go try out. So always enjoy the Napa Valley.
I'm from there, so I can't agree more. Anyway, as you get into this weekend at Sonoma, what led you to do double duty this weekend? Obviously, with the first ever DoorDash 250 Xfinity Series race is coming this weekend. Why did you choose to run that Xfinity race this year?
Well, I mean, I love Sonoma. I love the racetrack. I don't get to compete in too many Xfinity races. Um, I know I've won at Sonoma once before, but really outside of that, I haven't had too many great finishes there. So still feel like there's a lot for me to learn. I always qualify well, but racing's been kind of hit or miss for me. So try and go there and learn a lot. We'll have Valvoline on our Cup car this weekend, and then in the Xfinity car, we'll have HendrickCars.com like normal. So good to get both of them exposure and hopefully get a couple wins.
Speaking of that Xfinity Series field, man, it is a loaded field. I'm sure you've seen the entry list by now. What are your thoughts on 41 cars that are there for 38 spots? It's going to be honestly a battle just to get into the race, and then in the race itself, it's going to be a bunch of you Cup guys in it.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, I think you can see that the road course races always have the tougher fields just because nobody feels like that they're great at road course racing just because we don't get to do it often. So I'm excited to get to race in the Xfinity series with all of their regulars as well as guys in the Cup series like AJ and Ty Gibbs, and I think Ross and Suarez are running. I'm not sure if they're what other ones are out there. I know there's a handful. I think Ty Dillon maybe. So um, yeah, it'd be fun to get out there and kind of mix it up with everybody and also try and learn a lot throughout the race.
I'm curious. So I asked one other dirt guy the same question. What skills transfer over to like road course racing from your dirt stuff? I mean, obviously Sonoma's a tire eating track, but what type of skills transfer over from what you're doing tonight to Sonoma?
Honestly, I feel like dirt racing is more similar to road course style stock car racing, just because compared to an oval, I feel like the oval stuff, our cars are so rigid and stiff that you don't really feel the weight transfer and the flex of the car and the setup. Or on the road course, it'll transfer back, it'll pick the front tire, inside front tire off the ground sometimes, so you can really feel the weight transfer and the grip through that. Where I would say that's kind of a similar feeling in dirt stuff. We have so much more travel in our suspension and all that in dirt racing. So a lot of times I feel like I can feel my car better on a road course than I can on an oval.
Let's go back to the last Sunday, just 2 days ago now. Wow. You guys wheeled your way to a top five. How did that happen? You and Cliff obviously figured something out there from the second stage onward.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a great ending for us. We were so far off, really. On Saturday, both, me as a driver and our car. And then, Sunday to start the race, we were still way off. So I was running around 30th, the first stage and part of the second stage. And then, we started making some good adjustments on the car. I thought the car got better. I thought the track was cooling off and coming to us a little bit. And then, they made some great pit calls. We took two tires at the right times and leapfrogged our way to the lead. And once we got out to the lead, or at least up to the front, few cars, my car felt great, and had a shot at the win. So proud of my team, proud of Cliff and everybody for making a great day out of a day that I thought was not going to be so good for a while.
What was it about the two wins earlier in the season and all the short tracks, even if you want to include the North Wilkesboro All-Star race where you guys have been so good this year? Your short track package has been on this year from your number 5 team.
Yeah, it has. It's just a huge testament to Hendrick Motorsports for doing their homework. A little bit different aero package this year for the short track stuff, and they've obviously, like I said, did their homework and learned some stuff and prepared great race cars for those packages. So was kind of bummed when I heard that Gateway was not that package, because I felt like we'd been better off had we had that other package. But no, it's been good. We've honestly, aside from the last 2 weeks, we've been really, really fast all year long. So, and even these last 2 weeks, Charlotte and Gateway, we still put ourselves in position late in the race, even with a subpar car to start the event. So really, proud of the 5 team for working hard and being able to take a car that's not good and transform it throughout the race is tough. So hats off to them.
So now, obviously, next year, I don't know if people all know this yet or not, but you're doing the Indy double. You're doing the Memorial Day double, the Coca-Cola 600 and the Indy 500. I saw you and Rico were at Indianapolis a few weeks ago for the 500. How was that experience, and what are you looking forward to about running the Indy 500?
Yeah, no, it's it's the biggest event in the world, so I'm looking forward to being a part of that. Just excited, really. I've wanted to do it for a long time and just wanted to make sure the timing was going to be right before I, committed to it. And I feel like, now it feels right. I feel like I'm ready for it. Um, excited to be with McLaren and having, Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon involved with it, with HendrickCars.com on the car. It's going to be fun. So, I paid a lot of attention to this year's, couple weeks there at Indy, and those guys are crazy. They're extremely good at what they do. So it's going to be difficult to run well, but I know if I prepare right and study hard, and just get ready. I'll hopefully can do a good job.
Going back to the dirt stuff, what were your initial thoughts on this dirt docu-series that Fox Sports and Flow have done? I've thought it's been pretty awesome from my standpoint, seeing all you guys battle, and from the Chili Bowl to now Eldora to, I'm not sure what the recent episode was, but anyway, what's your thoughts on that? And do you think it's going to have a major impact on growing the dirt side of things?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't think it hurts, obviously, to get that form of racing out in front of eyes that maybe aren't you haven't been to a local dirt race. So yeah, Flow Sports, they did all the production as far as I'm aware, and man, they did such a good job. Like it it was a lot of work, I think for them, no doubt, but even for us drivers, having them follow us around for the handful of nights they did was stressful, but they did such a good job, showcasing our sport, showing how cool it is, showing how dangerous it can be, touching on stories from, current stories to stories that were, happened, decades ago. So I know for a fact there's gonna be more fans coming out of it than there were before. So I think that's a positive thing, and hopefully going forward we can showcase even more of it. Because I think, obviously I love dirt racing. I think it's built a lot of great race car drivers, and you know and produced a lot of great fans too. So yeah, it's been good to see the comments and everybody enjoying it. So yeah, they did a great job.
How did you and your brother-in-law create the high limit series? How did that come about? Because I have to say it's been a hit so far. You guys are doing a great job with these great fields on it on during weekly nights here.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's been a lot of fun. It was honestly about a year ago at this point, maybe a little bit more than a year ago. I kind of threw out the idea like, man, why don't we start our own little midweek series that doesn't compete against anybody and pays well, and kind of model it off of the late model flow night in America thing that I compete in. It's basically the same thing but for late models. So yeah, we just worked really hard on getting it all put together and getting the pieces in place, and you're getting the funding there to be able to produce the purses that we have. So I know a lot of the race teams appreciate it. Our car counts have been amazing. The crowds have been great. I really think tonight at Eagle is going to be unreal. So yeah, it's been fun, and me getting being able to compete in it too is a lot of fun too. So yeah, we won the last two races and currently leading the points in it. So a lot of fun, and hopefully can keep the success up.
How fun is it for you to compete against guys like Rico and Buddy Kofoid in this series? Because I mean, they're two of the best from the North Bay right here, and obviously Rico's Napa Valley, where I'm from. So, how fun is it for you to get to compete against those guys?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot of fun. They're both super aggressive race car drivers. Rico's probably been the best driver and team this year too in sprint cars. Him and Ricky Warner have been doing a fantastic job. So Rico is definitely the guy to beat every night currently. So when you can compete with him and beat him on occasion, it feels really good. So um, yeah, he's when Rico's got confidence, he's tough, and he's got a lot of it right now. So it's fun. It's fun battling him.
Going back to the NASCAR side, I gotta ask, man, at Darlington when you ran your Xfinity race there, what happened with you and John Hunter?
Just racing hard for the win, and yeah, just two guys going at it, and thankfully, finally, I came out on the good end of the stick. That weekend.
Gotcha. Any final thoughts here? I gotta ask you. So I asked you this question in LA, the no stage breaks. Now that you've had Coda to go through it for one race, what's your thoughts on the no stage breaks at the road courses?
Yeah, that's I forgot, until you just mentioned that. So, um, yeah, that's honestly, I think it's great. I do. I think um, hopefully, I can qualify well again at Sonoma like I typically do and set our race up well. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I do think it's great. I wouldn't mind seeing it on some ovals as well. I don't know. I like stage racing, but it's kind of gotten. I like green flag pit stops. I like you know ways for drivers and teams to make mistakes, and other teams and drivers do a good job and execute those well, and move forward and gain time there. So I think, yeah, I don't know, but I think road course racing for sure deserves no stage breaks and all that. So should help the good teams who deserve to make points make those points. So yeah, it's been good. And
My
it
last
at Coda, I mean, we've all gotten so used to stage racing and stage points. Like I remember it came down to the end of the stage, and it was like, shoot, wait, we keep going. So I was ready for the caution to come out. So you have to wrap your mind around that, and yeah, just know that you could have some really long runs.
my last question for you before I let you go here is you know, what are you expecting this weekend? Because it's going to be a really interesting weekend as far as, Arca West, and then you guys only have 20 minutes. Like, is it going to be what type of race do you think we're going to get? Is it going to be a long green flag run like we get from time to time, or do you think it's going to be could be more cautious, like there was in 2021? This is not a track known for cautions, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I guess you got to go back and look at races before we had stage breaks, really to get an idea how the style of the race could be, and the strategy too. I think now that we don't have stages, I think a lot of teams will go back to playing the race backwards basically with their strategy. So yeah, as far as cautions, I don't know. I have no clue. Some races you think could be a caution filled race, and then they go lots of green flag racing. So I don't really know, but I know with no stage breaks, qualifying is going to be back to being more important than it has been the last handful of years. So um, thankfully, that's an area where we've excelled, and hopefully we can do a good job again this weekend.
Why is it that you've been so good qualifying on pole at Sonoma?
I don't have an idea. Maybe because there's less corners than other road courses, so less opportunity for me to screw it up, I guess.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And good luck tonight. One, go get that win. And two, see you this weekend in Sonoma and have a great weekend out there. And let's get the show going out here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.